What's up, HR professionals? Open enrollment is most likely over for you. But before you kick back and celebrate, let's discuss the next steps to ensure a smooth post-open enrollment process. What's up, everybody? It's Brandon Wertz with Maniaci, and in this session of the Benefit Breakdown, we're covering what to do post-open enrollment, so let's dig in. Step 1, grab a carrier invoice and get your Excel spreadsheets out. Now, wait until February to do this because the insurance companies won't make all the adjustments by the January invoice. So what you want to do is you want to export a report from your benefit administration system. You want to compare that to an Excel version of your insurance company's invoice. And what you're trying to do here is to make sure that everybody who's enrolled is properly enrolled. That means they're on the same plan. It also means that the rates from the benefit administration system tie to your Excel spreadsheet or tie to your carrier invoice. The reason this is so important is because an employee may have challenges in the first few months when they go to try and access care. The other challenge is if you don't catch an error earlier in the year, it might be 6, 7, 8, 9 months until you discover that error, and most insurance companies will not go back retroactively to fix that error. So double check up front to ensure that everybody is enrolled properly.
That's correct. That's right. That's what I do.
Up next is the evidence of insurability process, or EOI process. This is really important. So post-open enrollment, you might have an employee who elected life insurance coverage over the guarantee issue amount. And anytime someone does this, they have to complete an evidence of insurability, which is essentially 7 or 8 health questions that determine whether or not that individual is approved for life insurance coverage. So once they sign up for that coverage, it should trigger an EOI process where the employee needs to complete a paper application or an enrollment application online with the insurance company. And it's important that they do this because they do not have any coverage until the insurance company has approved them. Now, you as the employer in HR or in payroll, you need to double check with the carrier when these folks get approved so that way you can update their payroll deductions. But the worst thing that could happen is someone could sign up for $500,000 worth of life insurance coverage and then pass away, but they actually don't have any coverage because they didn't go through the EOI process. So send out reminders to employees, set a deadline, tell them that, hey, you have to complete your EOI process by X date, and that way you can ensure that people are properly enrolled and approved where necessary.
You got a deadline to meet.
Deadline? What are you talking about?
Up next, you want to review your payroll deductions. Now, not everybody has an integrated benefit administration system with their payroll system, so you want to double check to make sure that your payroll deductions are being reflected properly. We want to make sure that the proper benefits are pre-tax, your medical, dental, vision, your FSA, your HSA. We want to make sure that the proper benefits are post-tax, your voluntary life insurance, your voluntary disability, your voluntary accident, critical illness, hospital coverages. Most of those are typically post-tax. Now, you might see some slight variances, but the idea here is we want to double check and make sure that everything is reflected properly. We want to make sure that employees are paying the proper amount and their weekly, their bi-weekly, or semi-monthly amount. We want to make sure that our employer contribution is reflected properly. The reason we want to do this early on is to avoid headaches from employees getting frustrated when they realize they've been overpaying for 6 months, and it'll save you some headaches as well.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
And last up, let's do an inventory check. What worked and what didn't work? Did your employees engage with your communications? Did you meet the timelines you were set out to meet? Did employees have common issues like logging into the benefit administration system or searching for doctors? Did employees show up for your educational sessions? Did you even host educational sessions? Did you do a live session in person, or did you do a webinar or a recorded session? The main point here is you want to take down notes and figure out what worked and what didn't work, so that way we can plan for next year to have a successful open enrollment.
There's always next year.
So open enrollment is over, but the work doesn't stop there. So hopefully you found some tips and tricks in this video to help make your post-open enrollment process a bit smoother. And thank you for watching the Benefit Breakdown, where we make your healthcare experience less painful.